Good evening. How you guys doing today? Um, I started a new series called United about inspiring and empowering others. I did my first episode. It was pretty good. I got one coming up in a couple of days with some pretty good people coming soon. So y'all check that out. This is not a black or white thing. This is just about helping people see people that are living their dream and enjoying life. So y'all please check that out. Now, we're sitting here in June. We're not that far away from football season. I'm going to about 2 games this year, but I'm not going to tell you which two. Y'all have to figure that out. But still on strike. Um, Things are looking up and up. I'm working, as you can see, just got off work. About to go work out. So other than that, today I'm doing a video. In this video, I'm doing the best teams in Florida State history that did not win a national championship. And I have these teams ranked for various reasons, not only with the players on the team, um, coaching and coaching staffs, but the time and place, and sometimes maybe a slow start, strong finish, strong start, slow finish, and different variables. So with that being said, I got this idea from watching, I think YouTube or something else. You can see in the background, I'm watching the 1997 Florida State versus Florida in the Swamp, another game that cost us a national championship. But anyway, I was sitting around watching this, and I think the question was asked to War Chant. What are some of the best teams not to win a national championship? So again, guys, this is my opinion. If you like it, you don't like it, comment, let me know. I appreciate all you guys that do check the videos out and all the different groups, the Florida State groups, and all the people that kind of support me on social media. I want to give y'all a big shout out and a big thank you. And I want to thank again the Sports Information Department, the SID Department at Florida State for producing great information and making it readily available and easy to access. So without further ado, these teams are, some of them are in order, some of them are not, but I'm going to start out with my bottom team, which is going to be the 2002 Florida State team, which finished 9-5. This team came back after the 2001 season. We lost Anquan Baldwin to a torn ACL, true freshman quarterback, a whole rebuild. This is the first time I really think in Bobby Bowden's coaching career they had a rebuild. Now, before I get into this, I want to say this. I've been watching a lot of old games, especially the Seminoles in the 90s and 2000, and even going into Jimbo Fisher's tenure. I will say this, I do think that last year's football team, we should have beat Clemson, should have beat Florida, no doubt. But I still would take to my grave if they would have beat Notre Dame in the first game very easily, 11, 10, maybe 12 wins. With that being said, one thing I will say, before one of the Darling twins died, I think that was kind of one of the things that pushed the team into what we call the lost decade, that Florida State was very well conditioned. And I watched the game, the 1998 Georgia Tech Florida State game, just conditioned. Conditioned to play, almost trained like the Spartans. Fight for 4 quarters, and just get better and better, and you practice so hard that the game is a vacation. So I just want to throw that out there. But Florida State came off a loss in the national championship game in Oklahoma. 2001 was a total rebuild. Again, Chris Winke's the first 3-year starter for Bobby Bowden. Chris Ricks was the first 4-year starter. Most of the time, quarterbacks didn't play to their junior, senior year when they were firmly in the program. And Chris Ricks starts, things kind of don't go as planned. A lot of teams really kind of took some frustration out of us that year. But 2002 was supposed to be a bounce back year, and we were close. Couple of losses, couple of bounces. Another way, probably 11-3, 12-2, somewhere in there. and possibly a bigger bowl game. We played in the Sugar Bowl and lost, which we could have won that game. Georgia wasn't that much better than us. But this team kind of, like I say all the time, 2002, 2003, and '04 were good enough, talented enough to play for a national championship and win. But just situation, coaching. I've already explained in other videos about Chris Ricks. A lot of people give Chris Ricks a hard time. Yes, he made some bonehead mistakes, but the coaching for him wasn't where it needed to be for him to be successful and great. But 2002, 9-4, 9-5, finished the season 21 in the AP. Now, the next team I have will be the 2015 Florida State Seminoles, who finished the regular season 10-2, lost the bowl game, which I went to, and they finished number 14 in the AP. And this is a team that had the game won at Georgia Tech, interception in the end zone, then went for the field goal that got blocked and scored, and should have beat Clemson but couldn't score in the second half, and then kind of didn't take Houston serious. But this is a team that very easily could have made the college football playoff. So moving right ahead, Bobby Bowden's last 10-win season, which this team right here really was special enough to win a national championship and play for one. I think they could have beat LSU, they could have beat USC, and they could have beat Oklahoma that year. But they didn't. They ended up falling to Miami twice and lost the Orange Bowl. The 2003 Florida State finished not regular season, but finished overall 10-3, 11th in the AP poll. Bobby Bowden's last 10-win season, and really his last great team he had. Now moving on along, the 2016 Florida State finished 10-3, and then they finished number 8 in the AP. And our last big bowl game win against Michigan, and big win, and we finished the season number 8 before starting in the top 3 and losing to Alabama. But anyway, this team fought through some adversity. Embarrassing loss to Louisville, lost to North Carolina, should have beat Clemson. This is a team that was talented enough to make the playoffs, but just had knocks not go their way. But obviously, when we're not winning at the pace or we think we should be, I really take and appreciate these teams. So I have that team as one of the better teams that in Florida State history. And looking at it now, it is, considering where we are now. Moving right along, 2010, Florida State's first time winning 10 games since 2003. Jimbo Fisher's first year. And probably could have won a couple more games, but I thought they were better in the ACC championship and should have won that game. But that's neither here nor there. But that team, first 10-win season, and he finished 16th in the AP. But a tremendous job to come in and kind of change the culture, and people started to see the results right away. So that was a very special year, and they finished 10-4 and 16th in the AP. Now, moving right along to Bobby Bowden's second year as a head coach. We all know Ron Simmons come in, turned the defense around. 1977, Florida State finished 10-2, won an Orange Bowl, and finished 14th in the AP. Bobby Bowden kind of letting the world know that Florida State is going to be around, and after that they kind of high, low, and then obviously 14 years, top 5 finishes, and we know the rest. But that's a very important year for Florida State in Bobby Bowden's second year to be able to get 10 wins. I think that's very special. And the way they played, just can't say nothing about that team. Turned around to the top 10 defense and getting it done. Now moving right along from the 1977 Noles to the last national championship game Bobby Bowden played in 2000. Florida State finished 11-2, 5th in the AP, with a loss to Miami in the greatest game in the series, in my opinion. Should have won, shouldn't have came down to a field goal. Defense should have got off the field, and obviously against Oklahoma, defensive struggle, but we just couldn't get no no consistency from Winky, no continuity, a lot of drop passes. If you look at that receiver core, Baldwin, Gardner, Menace, God, Javon Walker, uh, Robert Morgan, Atrus Bell. I mean, they had some big names, and we just couldn't get it done that night. And we got beat in the Orange Bowl. Could have had a chance to go back-to-back national champions, and we did not do that. But that team still was great, and I have them on the list as one of the teams. And moving right along, the 1998 team, which really is an anomaly because this team started the season off beating Texas A&M, go out, Winky has a bad game, they lose to North Carolina, and kind of turn it around. Winky gets hurt. Their team was so talented, they was able to finish the regular season, and kind of in an awkward thing, they beat Miami. Miami turns around and beats UCLA. They beat Texas A&M the first game, and Texas A&M beats Kansas State in the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship. And here's Florida State sitting right there with one loss, taking on Tennessee in the national championship game. And I know Tennessee won, but Florida State was by far the better team on the field. And if Winky plays, it's not close. Probably 42-21, 42-14. The Noles would have rolled. And even with Marcus Outson, to have a chance to win, but he throws the interception. But that team finished third in the AP in 1998. And then we have the 2012 Florida State. Our first time winning 12 games since 1999. We lost to North Carolina State, which we should have won. And I was at the Florida game that year, and EJ Manuel goes out. It's like we gave up. But we ended up winning the ACC championship, started the streak, went on to win the Orange Bowl. I was at the Orange Bowl and finished 10th in the AP with 12 wins. Wow. That's just how much respect they have for us there. And then I have the 1987 Florida State team with 11-1, number 2 in the AP. Check that out. 1987, 11-1, finished number 2 in the AP. If it was a playoff or the BCS, they would have played for the national championship. So that's kind of very interesting. And then I have 2014, obviously 13-0, entering into the Rose Bowl, and then we just got crushed, but we finished 5th in the AP. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. Looked like they weren't motivated. They just came out, kind of played around the first half, excuse me, and then in the second half they turned it on. And hey, still 13 wins is not something you sneeze on. Top 5 finish, but I thought we were the better team that year. Moving right along to 1997. Heartbreaking loss in Gainesville cost this team a national championship. Finished 3rd in the AP, but this was a great team. This is probably one of the top 5 most talented teams in Florida State history, 1997 Noles. And then we move right along to the 1992 Noles. First time we're in a conference, and that year we go 11-1, and we finished number 2. So you got 1997, you're 11-1, you're number 3, and then 1992, you're 11-1, and you're number 2 in the AP. Just how close we are to winning a national championship. So BCS or college football playoff, I think those teams would have been in. You look at those type of records, say how close we are to having 9 or 10 national championships. And then we move right along to 1988. Only lost to Miami, but it finished 11-1, number 3 in the AP, beat Auburn in the Sugar Bowl. That's a team that BCS playoff era would have been in there and probably would have won. And then 1979, this is Bobby Bowden's first time ever going undefeated in the regular season, and they lose to Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl, and they finish 6th in the AP at 11-1 in 1979. just how close he was to winning the national championship. So, just great seasons were close, no cigar. And then the biggest heartbreak, but a team I'm very proud of. Like I say, you guys can comment. Let me know what some of your favorite teams that didn't win or were close to a national championship. But the team I think everybody will agree should have got it done, and we really thought we had it, was in 1996 when Florida State went into the Sugar Bowl ranked #1 in Florida. This is one of the rare times that Mickey, Bobby, and Mark Richt all got out-coached, out-schemed. A lot of adjustments were made by Steve Spurrier, moving to the gun, quicker pace, neutralizing that Florida State pass rush, and heartbreaking loss down there in New Orleans, and we finished third in the AP. Should have been a national championship year. Really, by all standards, should have been Bobby Baldwin's 4th national championship. If you take account, he already has one in '93, and then you take the 2 wide rights, and I would either say 4th or 5th if we get one in '79 or '88 or '89. So, or '87, sorry. So by all accounts, we should have been at 4 or 5 right there, and this should have been maybe the first or second undefeated season. But the 1996 team is arguably one of the greatest teams in college football history. Between '96 and '97, the 2 most dominant defenses I would say in college football history, sacks after sacks. Physical team, a dominant team, and the Gators cost us a national championship in 1996 and 1997, but those 2 teams were very great. So again, this is just a little video, have a little fun, and I'm just talking about some of the greatest teams we had in Florida State history that did not accomplish the goal of winning the national championship. But in this time frame we're in, where we have not made a bowl game in a couple of years, and we're struggling, you have to appreciate when we used to be 10, 11 plus wins a year, playing in these major games, playing in November with a lot on the line, playing Miami and Florida, battling for that spot in the national championship. So I thank y'all for the opportunity today and the time just to talk to y'all about some great teams in Florida State history that did not accomplish the goal of a national championship but fell just short. So I will get back with y'all in a couple of days or maybe a week or so with my greatest DBs of all time list. But until then, go Noles. Y'all be blessed and stay safe.